Now, today's decision deck question comes from the safety team deck. If you've not come across these before, we call them safety and security scenarios in your pocket. There are 6 different decision decks, each on a different theme around church safety and security. Each one has 60 different scenarios. So I'm going to take us through one of the questions today. Let me just put this on the screen here for you. So a congregant complains to you of discrimination by a safety team member who stopped them for acting unusual. How do you respond? So a congregant complains to you of discrimination by a safety team member who stopped them for acting unusual. How do you respond? A challenging situation. I think when we look at this, the first thing we need to do to that person is they could be a first-time visitor. They could be a member. They could be seeking grace in the Lord. We have to make sure that they feel listened to, heard, and validated. Validated doesn't mean that we accept any responsibility or liability that our safety person did something wrong. But it's that old-fashioned statement, we listen to comprehend and to understand, not listen for our time to talk. So it's really important that that person feels listened to. The next important piece in this, and when I was at Mall of America, I was in charge of our behavior detection program. And part of that program were undercover security officers that would engage members of the public when they saw unusual activity outside of baseline. And occasionally people would make complaints that they felt they'd been discriminated against. Why did this person choose me out of the hundreds of thousands of shoppers at Mall of America? And it's really important in something where the word discrimination is mentioned, that you listen, but you don't make any decisions there and then. You say to the person, I hear you. I understand you're upset. Please allow me the time to do an investigation, find out what happened, and can I come back to you in 1 day, 2 days, a week, whatever it is. So make sure they're heard, but tell them you're not going to make any decisions here and there. We need to research and find out what happened. So the reason why that's important is we need to seek the perspective of the safety team member. They may be trained, they may not be trained, but we need to ask them, what did you see? What did you say to the person? What was the suspicion indicator? Talk me through how you made the decisions. It's really important that this person feels heard and also validated, that they don't feel, well, I'm being pushed out, discarded because I've done something wrong. No, we're going to listen to both sides and work out what actually happened here. Really important. One of the next things that we need to do is make sure we document the incident, what the person is alleging, what the safety team member said. And if you're in a small church, you're more than likely going to escalate this to your pastor, your reverend, your priest, whoever it may be. In a more mid-sized to large church, you might also report it to your HR manager and to your executive pastor to seek guidance. They may even seek outside legal counsel. The reason why I say you're going to document and escalate is most often my experience of working in church safety and security for over a decade and overseeing a behavior detection program at one of the largest pieces of infrastructure, Mall of America in Minnesota, which stands at 7 million square feet, 42 million visitors a year. These complaints very rarely end well. So it's really important that you listen to both sides, you document, you don't make any decision, and you go away and research. Even if you find that this person had just cause to talk to that person, they may still feel slighted that I was discriminated against, and you're never going to be able to change their views. So it's really important you listen to both sides, escalate, and seek a suitable resolution. But as always, when I ask these questions, that was my response to a congregant complaining of discrimination by a member of your safety team. I'm never right or wrong. There is just a different perspective. So I would love you to put a comment wherever you are listening or watching. How would you respond to that scenario? What action would you take? And if you're interested in buying this safety team scenario deck, I will drop a link below as to where you can find them on Amazon. Like I said, there's 60 different safety team scenarios, very similar to what I just shared with you today. But as always, you stay safe, you have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.